Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday's Members News. So many of you have been getting in touch with us, telling us what you've been up to in the last week. So much so I've had to do 2 sides of paper because I could not remember it all. And I'd also like to point out the fact I'm wearing my CYT hoodie. So, as usual, we're going to start with the juniors, and we've got Amelia, who has had the cutest new dog. It's 8 weeks old. It's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier called Macy, and she's saying that she's very determined and fearless. She's super fun and playful, and she loves to play with her and her other little dog called Izzy. And also she's keeping her very busy in between doing all her schoolwork and her daily walks. And Amelia also wants to send all her love to us, which is absolutely wonderful. Sending all our love back, Amelia. I realised halfway through that I had something on my eye, so I've removed that now. Next up we have Annabelle, who has made a bug hotel from old plant pots and pine cones. Then we have Sky, who's had a tea party. And then we've got Sam, who has been learning to ride his mum's horse called Harry. And he's doing really well, and it's now his daily form of exercise. Next up, we've got the seniors, and we'll start with Sophie, who has been making some... Let me pronounce this. Some Anzac? I'm sorry, Sophie, if that's not the way you pronounce it. But that's for Anzac Day in New Zealand, and that is the equivalent to our Remembrance Sunday, and her mom used to eat it, and she also grew up in New Zealand. Next up, we've got Owen, who last week we mentioned that he'd wrote a poem with his granddad all about COVID and lockdown, and since then it's really taken off. It's been tweeted by Casey Bailey, so it's on lots of social media now, so if you haven't already checked it out, go and do that. And he's also been asked to perform at an NHS event when lockdown is over, which is so incredible, so congrats, Owen. Then we have Millie, who's been starting her new YouTube channel. She does a lot of things to do with youth activism, and that is super important in times like this, so you should also go and check that out. And she also does a lot of poetry and spoken word, and she recently did a piece for Earth Day, which was such a beautiful poem.
Mother Nature's Rest Day by Millie Gould. She heaves a sigh of relief as her inhabitants finally sleep, no longer wreaking havoc as they push and shove through her arteries. Mother knows this is a time for discipline, a time to send her children to their room to reflect upon the harm they've inflicted. They stare longingly at a plethora of offerings, learning to appreciate her in all her abundance, just too little, just too late. But she is gracious and gifts them all one last chance to learn and grow. They pine for her kiss of warmth as they refamiliarize themselves with the sensation of fresh air flooding their lungs, no longer poisoned with greed and hunger. At long last, birdsong can be heard, no longer drowned out by the groan of a man-made mechanical world. The sky no longer shrouded in smog. Instead, pure light stretches itself across a canvas scrubbed clean. The flesh of the sky raw and vulnerable, wounds still lingering under the surface. Her breath is no longer laboured with the weight of a self-flagellating world. She smiles to herself as the scars in the earth begin to seal, giving way to a burst of greenery. The vines tangle themselves once more in amongst her veins as they flow with vitality like rivers, verdant and vivacious. Her heart swells, pumping passion, not pollutants. She hesitantly peers down towards the fresh dawn of tranquility she has birthed, humble yet content, hopeful yet concerned, knowing this time that if they choose to walk the plank, they do so no longer blindfolded, but with eyes wide open.
Also, which is amazing, been nominated for the National Diversity Awards, so go and vote for her. We will put the link here or in the description, wherever, but go and vote for her. And then we have Logan, who, as usual, has been up to lots. He's ordered some more tarantulas and some more praying mantises. I got it right this time, which still scares me. He's been playing Scrabble, he's had a family quiz night, he's had a barbecue, he's been playing cards, and he also went on a walk to get his shopping. Then we have Harry, who got a part in the Merchant of Venice, which is amazing, so congrats Harry. But he's also auditioning for another part as he wants to play the part of Shylock, so fingers crossed, we're all rooting for you. Then we move on to the staff, and Jane has baked some scones and she saw some baby ducklings on her canal walk. Holly P has laid a new lawn. She's put a Glastonbury sign up in her garden so that she can have a lockdown version of Glastonbury, which is incredible and I can't wait to see that. And she's also been sewing some buntings. Then we have Tilly, who I always have to read my piece of paper for because she sends us about 15 things. She started a game on Instagram called Pass the Face, and if you get nominated, we want to see you do it. She's painted her nails. She went to her Birmingham office to fetch a few things and realised how quiet it was. She's had some chocolates delivered off her sister. Her mum sent her a gift and some vegan cupcakes and also a toy dog because she's always moaning about not having a dog. She did a quiz online. She has also... Now this is... She's had a pet octopus and a slug on Sims. Then for myself, I finished another book by Katarina Diamond. I highly recommend them, they're so good. I had some sweets delivered, so I had 1 kg of fizzy sweets delivered and they were so tasty. Then I also had some vegan sweets delivered, which were still just as tasty, and I highly recommend those too. I took inspiration from Tilly last week and got some chocolates that were handmade delivered to my nan and granddad, which they absolutely loved. And I've just been doing some exercise apart from working. Also, we have some super exciting CYT news for all of you members. We are looking to do a new project in order to raise some money for CYT during this period, and we have come up with the idea of doing a monologue trail. So it's a bit like the Best Foot Forward where you would walk around Aldersley Stadium, but instead we're going to be doing it around Wolverhampton, and we're going to be walking to different people's houses, passing over monologues, and then sharing those on our social media, so we get a chance to get active and to act and to spread some positivity and some drama and be creative, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm trying to think of different words than amazing and incredible, can you tell? So, if you do want to get involved, message Jane or Holly in any way, shape or form. We want as many of you as possible to get engaged with this. It's something really positive to get stuck into. Spread some love, spread some drama, raise money for an amazing charity like CYT. And who doesn't want to be doing Romeo and Juliet from their bedroom window? That's right, I knew it. You all do. So you all need to sign up right now and we can have this amazing project go forward soon. As always, guys, just a bag of dog poo in the back. So that's it again, guys, for this week's Monday's Members News. As always, like I say every week, I absolutely love it and I can't wait to see what you've been getting up to in this week. Stay positive, have fun, and we'll see you next week. Bye!